Welcome to KCPS Homeroom. My name is Mrs. Pruitt and I am a reading interventionist in the district. Today we are going to be doing a phonics lesson with final E. So you may have heard of final E as a couple different things. Sometimes you hear it called magic E. Sometimes you hear E at the end. Sometimes you've heard it called maybe what's your name E. It has all kinds of names, but it all means the same thing. So final E has a special job that it does. If you look up here on my board, you will see that we have all of the vowels listed up here. So A, E, I, O, and U. When those vowels stand alone in a word, they make a short vowel sound, a, I, or But when we add final E, it changes the sound that these letters make. Today, that is what we are going to focus on. So if you look up here, I have some CVC words that just have a short vowel sound, and I'm going to show you what happens when we add final E. So our first word is cap. In cap, we have that A sound because it is the short vowel sound. But if we add final E to the end of this word, it now is going to make A say its name. So cap has now become a cape. Next we have not. In not, our vowel sound is the short sound ah, but if we add final E to the end, it will make O say its name, and this word now becomes note. We also have the word cub. Our short vowel sound for cub is and if we add final E, it's now going to make this sound say U, so our word becomes cube. Next we have the word kit. Our short vowel sound is I, but if we add final E to the end, it now becomes kite. And finally we have the word bit, and if we look at our vowel sound here, it is also I, but when we add final E to the end, it now becomes bite. So final E has a very special job in a CVC word. When it is added to the end, it changes our vowel sound from a short sound to a long sound, and the vowel in the middle is going to say its name. So I'm going to have you practice a few, and we're going to do it in a certain way. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to think about how many sounds you hear in the word that I give you. Once you listen to how many sounds you hear, we're going to practice spelling that word. So we're going to start up here, and I'm just going to show you a practice with the word cape, how this is going to work. So if we have the word cape, you would listen to how many sounds you hear in cape. K, A, P. There are 3 sounds in the word cape. Now you're going to go back and match a letter to each sound that you hear. So K, C, A is the A sound, P is your other consonant, and then in order for this to say A, you would have to add an E to the end. So even though we only have 3 sounds, that word actually has 4 letters. C, A, P, E. So if you have a piece of paper and a pencil or a whiteboard handy, I'm going to tell you some words, and I want you to see if you can try the strategy to write some final E words. So our first final E word that we are going to write is name. You probably see that word a lot on your papers. But the word name has how many sounds? Try and figure it out on your own first, and then I will help you. So if we're going to segment out the word name, we would go N, A, M. It has 3 sounds. So now what I want you to do is take those sounds and try to write it down on your paper or your whiteboard. And listen for that first sound. So write the sound N that matches A, and then think about what you might need at the end of that word in order for it to say A. So don't forget to add that final E so that that long A in name can say his name. All right, let's try another one. Fame. Fame. Think about how many sounds you hear in the word fame. So let's do it together. F, A, M. Think of those sounds you hear. Now match your letter to F. So F, and then A is saying his name, and And then think about what you have to add to the end of that word in order for the word fame to have the long A sound. So now let's maybe try one that's a little more tricky. Think about the word shrine. Shrine has some extra sounds in there. Shrine. So let's segment it. Sh, I, n. Now this one has 4 sounds, but I want you to pay attention to what that vowel sound does. It says its name, so shrine. So let's segment that one out. Sh. That's your SH digraph. I, n. Shrine. So we should have SH, R, I, N, and think about what letter you're going to add at the end to make sure that that I says its name. So don't forget your final E. And we need to try one more. Let's see. Let's do the word swode. Now that's a nonsense word, but we still want to be able to hear all the sounds. So swode is your word. Try to segment it out on your own first to see if you know how many sounds. So S, W, O, D. You should have heard 4 sounds in that word. So let's segment it out. Write the letter that matches the letter that matches W, O, and D. So S, your W is W, O is your long O sound, and D. And don't forget to add final E at the end of that word so that your vowel O says its name. So this week, as you're learning about final E and you continue to practice this, use books that you have in your house or readings that your teacher gives you this week and see how many words you can find that have the final E sound. Also, try to write some final E words. You can make words up. You can try any word that you see or have your mom or dad sound out words for you and you practice writing them. Final E is really important as we do some more reading in 1st and 2nd grade, and you will see this a lot in some basic readers. If you find some words that have our short vowel sound, see what happens when you add E to the end and how it changes the name. So make sure that as you are reading and writing this week, you are practicing looking for final E and reading those words correctly. So today we learned about final E. Make sure that you look for this pattern in words that you see this week. Have a great week.